to David Hicks. But it turns out that the government now is more concerned about the profits of crime and whether or not he can have any profit he may have made from his book. There seems to be no interest whatsoever in conducting a full and proper inquiry, not into David Hicks, but into the system that treated him the way it did and into the government that allowed it to happen. I am very, very pleased today to have been able to send the word to David, I don't know if he's got it already, that I'll certainly put my signature to a letter to the Prime Minister demanding that there be a full and proper inquiry into what happened to him so it never happens again. Julian Assange is going through, I suppose we might call it the whistleblower grinder. He's certainly not the first person. I had my own experience back in 2003. And my experience is that when you do stand up and try and speak truth to power, it is tough. It is very, very tough culturally in this country where you're seen to be, I don't know, upsetting the status quo, causing waves. It's not the way we do it in Australia. We respect authority in Australia. We don't cause problems, and we certainly don't challenge governments or call prime ministers liars, as in fact John Howard was back in 2003. For my efforts, I was told, well, you were told, that I was mad, that I'd never worked in Iraq, that I didn't know what I was talking about, that I wasn't worth listening to. But my story's got a very, very happy ending, and I'm very, very proud to now sit on the crossbenches in the House of Representatives. But what about Alan Kessing, the man who in 2005 was found guilty of a charge he has denied every day since then of leaking documents to the Australian newspaper about security shortfalls at Sydney Airport? Alan Kessing is a man who now carries a guilty conviction. He's broke, he lives in a shack in the Blue Mountains, and still the government refuses to pardon him despite the overwhelming evidence that there was a serious miscarriage of justice, and all he was trying to do was to speak up in the public interest, and in return the government saw him guilty. So what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Why is it that we live in a country where people like Alan Kessing, David Hicks and others can be treated the way they are doing it? Well, I suppose the government is reflecting in some